Hello and welcome to Jacob's Toys. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the Four Horseman Cosmic Legions. Now this is really awesome. This is a brilliant looking figure and I cannot wait to get into it and take a look. A massive thank you to Four Horsemen for sending it over. But not only that, they sent this one as well. It is going over to my good friend Super Sorrel. So do go and check out his channel there on YouTube. You can see the review for this other figure. And we will of course talk about it on the Geek Week as well. But back to this Cosmic Legion figure. This is OLEK THYGAR. Now I hope I've said that right. Now on the box there's a whole lineup of the other Cosmic Legions that you can get in this particular series, as well as a nice little story bio as well, and all the names of the people that went into the production of this figure. Now what's really cool about this box is two things in my opinion. Is that one, it's made to look a little bit like a cell, a kind of a prison cell, which ties into the story of this particular character, and also the backstory that's printed on the box. It's really cool to have these kind of original characters and have a bit of a backstory and a bit of a greater understanding of the larger universe. Now of course, as I said, this is from the Four Horsemen and you can get that over on their website, which is sourcehorseman.com/Cosmic Legions. Now I'll put a link to the website in the description of this video and you can go and check out their website. All of the very awesome figures that Four Horsemen produce. Now I must admit, this is my first one. This is the first one of any kind of the Legions figures in my collection, and so far I am very, very impressed indeed. As you just saw, the box contains two windows, so you can see the figure in the front window, and then there's a side window where you can see the accessories here, the weapons and stuff on the side. And there's also a whole bunch of hands that I didn't even see from just looking through the windows of the box. So it's in the box with little cable ties, little wire ties, and that's quite nice to see. It's a nice way of them transporting the figures. You know that they've kind of stayed where they need to stay. Yeah, it's just I haven't had cable wire ties on a figure for quite some time. There's a whole bunch of hands here, so you've got a whole range of different kind of expressions you can have in the hand. Now obviously they look like they all serve a purpose, so we've got various different accessories here and they all look slightly different in regards to kind of how they're held and all the rest of it. There's four little kind of clear tubes there that came out as well, and I think I know where they go, but I can't see from the photos on the box if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure I know where they go, so we'll have a look as we go through. These are in the packaging well, I'm not going to lie, these are really put in there well. So far really impressed. So far really impressed by Four Horsemen. These are very well packaged figures indeed, and I cannot wait to get to the actual kind of ins and outs of the figure. So let's jump forward because no one wants to see me just get accessories out of the box, and take a look at what we have. Now one thing I do have to point out is there's a nice little leaflet in here that I've not seen with other figures that basically just tells you that the joints on the figure could be stiff because obviously they've been in packaging and in boxes and stuff, and it gives you a couple of little ways in regards to how to heat up the joints and loosen them up. Now these clear little plastic tube things that I saw, there are four of them, and there are four similar sized holes in his in his costume. Would we say costume? In his attire, should we say. Two on the wrists, one on each wrist, and two here on the back as well. And they're, there's some kind of little space kind of tube thing, but they really kind of pimp the figure out a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to push those in and get them into the right holes. Now, first things first, in hand, this figure feels expensive. It feels a lot more expensive than it actually is, which is a huge plus point. The detail on his back is fantastic. There are layers of scales, and there's like raised bits here. There's like a kind of a back piece that goes up the back here as well. And with other figure lines, they tend to kind of skip out a little bit on the back facing parts of the figures, but this Cosmic Legion is sparing no expense. All the details all the way around, all the way down to his kind of boot ankle things, his feet, the scales on his feet, and even underneath, even the underneath of his feet are painted and sculpted. So it is fully sculpted from head to toe. There is no kind of section missed. There is a lot of work and effort that has gone into the design of this figure. Now, in regards to the accessories, this is his staff. Well, this is the broken down staff. This is the fixed staff, and then this is the staff that has the kind of ball orb thing at the top gone. Now, this is supposed to be a holographic attachment. Now, I can't figure out how to put that on. I'm guessing it goes in one of the little holes on his wrist. So you'd pop out one of these tubes and you'd put a little holographic projection coming out of his wrist. I think it's supposed to be like of a ship or something. I must admit, I first thought that it was a gun, that it was some kind of weapon, but looking at the holes on his wrists, it's obviously some kind of communicator, and you've got this little holographic kind of... I'm going to go with ship. If I'm wrong, then do let me know in the comments that it's something else, but I think it's some kind of ship. The broken down staff that I'm having a look at here is essentially like a ball and chain, and it's a real chain, which is a nice touch. It does add an element of realism to the figure. Now, I have heated up these joints kind of off camera a little bit so that I can move them around. Articulation wise, you have your swivel in the shoulders and it kind of goes up and down. You've got a twist in the elbow as well, and an up and down articulation there. We've also got articulation in the wrists, obviously. The legs have 1 point of articulation, or 1 part of articulation in the knee, sorry, and obviously articulation at the top of the leg as well, so you can kind of move the legs forwards and backwards, and there's not really much give in the in and out, so it really does just go forwards and backwards. And then you've got that articulation in the knee, and then you've got an ankle swivel as well. But there's enough articulation in the figure to get some good poses. The head as well obviously goes kind of in every direction. It definitely feels, looks and behaves like a high-end collectible action figure. The paintwork on it is absolutely superb. It's like a metallic-y blue kind of finish, and there's so many different shades of blue there. Really gives off that kind of reptilian vibe, and the head sculpt is just beautiful, absolutely stunning. It's just so much detail in it. It's fantastic. It's a really cool looking character. I'm definitely going to have to go and look into some more of these Cosmic Legions, and definitely have a look into the backstories and the kind of the universe in itself. But all in all, it is a really awesome figure. I have to say a huge thank you to Four Horsemen for sending it over for me to take a look at. You have definitely got a fan here after this one. Let's just have a quick look a bit closer, but you can just see the detail in this figure. It's stunning. So yeah, go and check out their website, sourcehorseman.com. Have a look at all of their Cosmic Legions. Pick one up, you will not be disappointed. And don't forget to check out Super Sorrel's review as well. Thanks very much for watching.